Your stream will start in a moment. We are live on Facebook. This time, though, it looks like this should work a lot better because we are streaming through Restream.io. So let's see if we can get this to work. Or if this is very glitchy. YouTube's not online yet. Instagram, I'll wait with for a second here. Let's make sure that this actually works properly. Looks like YouTube is live. I might actually have to restart the stream, guys. Just warning you, because I cannot see. Facebook seems to be struggling to connect. YouTube is in the house, so I can see your guys' messages here. Let's see. What's up, Mickey? It's too difficult for me to think of a name right now. That's a good name. Vivek, Rue. How's it going, Rue? Good to see you here. Let's see. We're gonna get going here in a minute. My good friend, keep up the great work. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate it. YouTube in the house, Gregory. Worldwide funny guy. Nice to see you here. What's up, Gregory? How's it going? Yeah, we seem to be struggling with the connection a little bit because I'm now using like a restreaming service. By the way, guys, let me know in the chat if the quality is good. Both if you're seeing me on Facebook or if you're seeing me on YouTube, just let me know. Is the quality good or is it kind of weird? Facebook works just fine. Okay, cool. Great. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon to you as well. Martin, good to see you here. You helped me a lot. Well, I'm glad, Gregory. Happy to hear that. All right. I think we're going to start IG up here in a second as well. Black and white. Yeah. It's the only way I can get it to work. Steph, how's it going? Hey, guys, tell me where you're from. I want to find out. I'm going live on Instagram too now. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. We'll see. Instagram, welcome, welcome. YouTube, Facebook is over here. So when I'm looking over here, I'm trying to look at your guys' comment. Quality is supreme or the. Yes, thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. Germany, awesome, Moed. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get into it. Everybody that's joining on Instagram, let me know where you're from as well. Algeria, India, Germany. Guys on Facebook and on YouTube, drop me a little comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Going to be talking about addictions today. US, Minnesota, Mickey, good to have you. Ridley Park, USA, outside Philadelphia, Steph. Annie, is it Stephanie? Thank you for joining. Florida, St. Petersburg, awesome. Amal from Syria, wow, thanks for joining. It's cool to have you. Go Rays, nice. Quality is epic. What camera are you using? It's a Logitech, but for some reason, only black and white will work. So that's what we're doing. It's a Logitech. I think it's like a 920. And I also got Instagram in the house. Lots of people joining in. Let me know where you're in the world, where you are in the world. I want to see where you're from. Let's get into it. So I'll take questions. It'll probably be just like yesterday, quite overwhelming, but I will try to get to everyone since we're streaming in 3 places. I'm trying to make sure I keep up with everybody. I'll do my best. But I want to go over addictions. I want to talk about this whole thing where people get stuck or caught in a loop and they do the same thing again and again and again in their life, wondering why they're not getting new results. And many times when you think of something like addiction, the way that you'll think about it is like, oh, drug abuse, right? Or, I'm smoking, so that's an addiction. Or I'm drinking every night, so that's an addiction. But checking your phone every 5 minutes can almost be worse. Or always overthinking and obsessing about whether or not someone's going to call or text you is kind of also worse in many cases. Sometimes the worst addictions are the ones that we don't even notice. Like we don't even know that they're there. One for me was I'd always check my social media and look at likes and comments when I first started. And I was hooked on that. I've been doing this for over 5 years now. So had to get out of that to grow and succeed and expand. But in the beginning, I was caught in that loop where it's like, did anybody comment? Did anybody, and I still get back to people. I still try to respond to my whole audience everywhere. But I'm not as obsessed about it, and I pick a time of day to check in. And same thing with clients. I would always try to get back instantly. That was my job, to make sure I took care of them, to make sure that I made them happy. Because if they weren't happy, if I wasn't serving them, then I was failing. I wasn't good enough. And that story of like having to get back to people instantly, always checking in, always being on top of things, is almost a worse addiction than when I used to play video games all the time when I was younger. Because that would take up a few hours of your day, and sometimes you'd get really hooked and you play for a long time. But, constantly responding to people takes your entire brain and like occupies it with what other people are thinking of you, what's going on in their life, and it completely dilutes your focus and attention. You basically can't get anything meaningful done. So if you're trying to make progress in your life, take a good hard look at what you're addicted to. Are you maybe addicted to making sure that your family knows where you are, or that you always call them and check up on them? And that might sound like horrible. Oh, you shouldn't check in with your family. Of course you should, but maybe there's a time and a place, right? Maybe it's this time every night instead of just randomly throughout the day texting 16 times. I know a lot of people that do that. I used to be one of those people. And honestly, you're not going to get much done if you're just constantly going back and forward with somebody and it's not productive. It's not really giving you any progress. It's not giving them any progress. So I'm not saying that you should cut out your friends and stop texting. I'm not saying that you should quit everyone and everything that you do so that you can now become an enlightened monk and just, never touch social media, never look at anything, and you should just like meditate until you're enlightened. That's not what I'm advocating here. But what I am saying to you is that, look, it's important to prioritize. You really got to make a decision. Like, what's important to me in my life? What am I going to put first? What are the things that will really give me the most happiness and fulfillment? Because if I can fill my cup and it's overflowing, then I can give back more to others. So when my business started thriving, I started creating an incredible income for me. Once I crossed like that 100K a year mark in the first, 6 months to a year or so, like really starting to scale into multiple six figures and pushing myself to create more in my business. And I was making videos every day. I was doing big collaborations. I was doing motivational speeches that would reach 10 million people. And when I was in that space and creating all that and it was growing, I wasn't at the same time like trying to keep up with everybody or texting my friends all the time or making sure that everybody knew where I was, or taking selfie stories, just for the sake of it or something, or like shooting random pictures of me walking outside. Like I was just focused. I was doing the motivational speaking. That was my thing. That was my brand. That's what I was growing. And I focused on that and I got the results that I wanted. So whenever you're really after something, you kind of have to sacrifice. And when I say addiction, I don't mean like, oh, this is a substance abuse. I mean, you're hooked on it. You can't stop. And if you stop for a day, you start getting withdrawal symptoms and all of a sudden you can't function normally. So for me, once I took the social media and like put it back, scaled it back, and I couldn't check the comments, I would like physically feel weird in the morning when I couldn't check my phone right away. Like it would actually give me this weird sensation, like something was missing, what's going on? Why do I feel this way? I would get almost like depressed, which is crazy. And I haven't experienced that in a long time. But, I remember it vividly because it was like something had been ripped from me. And that like you need to make progress. This isn't what you should be focusing on, but it's so easy to just slip into that because it's so easy to justify, right? I got to respond to my clients. I got to respond to my friends. I got to respond to family. I got to respond to all the people that watch my stuff. I got to make sure everyone is happy. And you'll rationalize and rationalize and rationalize it to yourself until, that's it. You're stuck, you're trapped, and you're just looping and looping and looping again. So check out those addictions versus the substance ones and consider, maybe these are worse. Checking emails every 5 minutes and just looking at the screen, having 50 tabs open, looping over and over and over and not getting going or heck, even starting. Yeah, exactly, Ruth. That's what I'm talking about. That was me as well. Check my email like 15, 20, 30 times a day. What's the point? What are you going to get? Like check in once, go through all of it, do the work. What's actually going to make you progress? And what I had to do was sit down, make a list. Like, what are the activities that really move me towards my goals? And it wasn't replying to comments. Sorry, like I love doing it. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place. I still do it. I get back to most of my comments. I think I have like 90% answer ratio, which is good. I really take care of my audience. I really make sure I show up. But at the same time, it's not the thing that grows my business or improves my impact or has me reaching more people, although it's important, right? So it's not going to go first on the list. It's going to be there somewhere, but it's not, it's not the first thing on the list. I'm still trying to take that magic pill to make me do things. Gregory, yeah. Let's talk about that. That's an addiction in and of itself. So I caught your comment there, and I actually want to expand on this as well. So what I think is really quite ridiculous is that we will convince ourselves that somehow there's this technique, method, or strategy that will fix our shit, right? Like, you're not good now. You're not happy now. You don't have what you want. You're not fulfilled. Your life isn't going the way that you want. Your business isn't really working or succeeding. But once you find the right strategy, then it will happen. There is no right strategy, right? There's a million strategies and they all work in some way or another. And you should just do one, not wait for the right one. There is no right one. So where have you been telling yourself that once I have this, once I have that, then things will work out for me? Probably never going to happen. Just being honest, right? It's harsh. People don't like to hear it, but it's true. If you're telling yourself that once you get the right strategy or the right approach or the right game plan, then things are going to work for you, they're never going to work for you because you're putting it externally. You're saying this thing is needed and then I can do what I need to do. But until then, I cannot. It's a catch-22. It's like you'll never get the thing and you'll never make the progress. So now you're just stuck and it's just another one of these loops. Instagram, what's up? I see you guys popping in here. Let me see. Johnny, awesome to have you. Let's see. Miriam, Danny Boy, thank you for joining. A little shout out. The car enthusiast, how to not get distracted by games and other useless stuff on the net and focus on studies. Well, look, I mean, if you're doing some studies that you don't really want to be doing, what am I supposed to tell you? Like, be miserable and do the thing anyway? Maybe it's the wrong studies. Maybe it's not what you really want to do with your life. Maybe you're not passionate about it. We live in 2019. You can self-educate. You don't have to go to college. In fact, it's probably going to cost you more than self-educating, right? You might rack up debt of like 70K. Meanwhile, you could get a solid mentor online that really knows their stuff and that has the experience of what you want to achieve and what you want to do. And it's going to cost you like 5K or 10K. Why would you go and spend 70K in college for something that's not even going to get you what you want? It makes no sense. Study the people that you want to be like. Work with people that you want to learn from, that you genuinely look up to, that you're like, if I had what that person had, I'd be super happy. That would be amazing for me. What's up, Shubham? Thank you for joining. One of my team members. Good to see you. Danny Boy, that's true. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope that answer helps you. Don't go pursuing, if you're not passionate about the studies and you're just playing games and stuff, probably just means you don't like it. If you're enjoying this live stream though, make sure you like it. I hope you like it. We'll do some more. I did one yesterday as well, guys. So I'm actually hopping on more frequently here. We got a lot of viewers all across the different platforms. So I'm trying to keep up, but I will take some questions. So if you want me to answer yours, drop it in the comments below. I'm looking at YouTube. I'm looking at you, Facebook. I don't know how many people are on Facebook. I can't see anything. But if you guys are watching, be sure to drop a little comment, ask a question. I think my chat is freezing though, so let's hope it still works. Survived another day though. I'm happy for you. Yeah, I think our chat is getting a little crazy here. Sir, I love what I do, but you don't know how to earn from it. Please tell me, please. Okay, I don't know what you do, so it'd be hard to tell me. How are you gonna... How am I gonna tell you how to earn from it if I don't know what you're doing? That'd be pretty tough. In general, though, you gotta build an audience and make some offers, somehow, whether that's an email list or whether that's a following, right? Like I have pretty big social media followings, 70K on YouTube. We just hit 10K on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be doing some exclusive streams over here that won't be anywhere else. So if you're not following, Instagram.com/Raphael Eliasson, you can hop on here. Instagram is giving me love for that. Good. You guys deserve it. That community's been popping. lots of comments. My content's been going viral, mini viral on there. I anticipate that we're going to start growing by about 10 to 20,000 followers a month because I'm actually really pushing it. So we grew by 4K in the last 4 weeks, and actually just already passed 11K in like a day or two. So it's growing really rapidly. Go join me on Instagram. It's my main, I'm really focusing on it. So you're missing out if you're not already watching me on there. There's a lot of stuff that you're not going to see anywhere else. Working hard versus working smart. A lot of confusion. Okay, so here's the deal. If you don't have a solid game plan and strategy on how you're going to get to where you want to go, it doesn't matter how much you work. I mean, you could be putting in, I used to put in 16-hour days and get very little return. You know, I would grind all day. I would be making speeches, reaching out, you know, going and talking to coaching clients that were probably never going to be, you know, a right fit for me. Just generally bashing my head against the wall and trying to like figure it out and push through and force myself to be successful. And then I kind of took a step back and I'm like, all right, what are the real key activities that get me results? So I realized there's a few in my business. All right. And if you guys want some insight to what I'm doing, here you go. So my business is really simple. Here's what I do. I do one-on-one coaching with coaches that are building their business. I built my coaching business for 5 years. The first year I already hit 6 figures. So I know what it takes to build a really thriving coaching business. So I'm helping other coaches build their businesses. And if you want to do that, there's a link in my bio and you can click it on Instagram and it'll take you to like a little schedule page. And there's like maybe 3 spots left still. I opened up a few yesterday and you can schedule a time to talk to me personally and I'll show you how I do this. Like literally, I will show you what I do to build my coaching business. So that's one thing I do. I help other coaches build their businesses. And then the other thing that I do is I work with high-level entrepreneurs and basically do big picture life coaching, really work on their entire, like all areas, wealth, health, relationships, and really go deep. And yeah, those clients are often millionaires, you know, multiple 7-figure entrepreneurs, people that are leaders. So those are usually the 2 that I work with. And then I have a social media presence, right? And that, you know, helps me like build my brand and leverage that, and then people can see me. And so whenever somebody says, oh, I'm just doing social media to give, I'm just doing it for fun, and I am, by the way, of course, there's also that other side to it, which is you do benefit, right? Because people see you in a better light. You know, sometimes you'll get clients through it. Sometimes your business will grow. So to me, the key activities in my business, if you're curious and you want to maybe relate this back to what you're doing in your life, what would the key activities be for you? Then it's really simple. For me, daily content. I'm doing that on Instagram right now. I did it on Facebook for 30 days. I've done YouTube for a year, daily videos. So daily content is important. I want to be talking to my audience every single day on one platform or another. Right now it's on Instagram. So if you're not over there, you're missing out. And that's, you know, that's a key aspect to it. If I don't talk to my audience every day, they're going to not see me. They're going to forget about me. They're not going to connect with me as much. They're not going to care about what I say as much. It's just important to show up and be a leader in my community, you know, in the self-improvement industry. I've built a name because I made videos every day, right, for a year on YouTube. And that really helped me leverage and that really helped me get known. So that's a big part of it. The other big part of it is leveraging other people's audiences. So last month I was featured on a guy called The Fear Raiser. He has like over 1 million subscribers and he featured me, actually sponsored his video. I paid, I won't tell you the sum. It's a high amount. You'd be like, oh, wow, you spend that much just to like get featured. But yeah, I spent money to get featured on his channel because he has an audience of over 1 million people. And then they see me and then that builds my audience. So 1, I spend time creating quality content and I constantly talk to my audience. 2, I leverage other people's audiences to help me build my audience and grow bigger and get more exposure and get more people to know about me. And then 3, I serve my clients. That's like the third most important thing. That's like the most important thing, really, getting incredible results with the people that I work with, making sure that they're getting what they want, that they're happy and fulfilled and reaching their goals. Now, I'm not people pleasing them. I'm not like trying to, you know, hey, yeah, is everything okay? Not like that. But, you know, powerfully showing up in coaching sessions, creating breakthroughs, creating transformations, making sure that the people that I'm working with are really experiencing like growth, explosive growth in their life and constantly making progress and moving forward. So that's what it comes down to for me. It's not work hard or work smart. It's both, always both. Whenever somebody says, is it this or is it that? You can assume that it's both. People that are extremists will say it's one or the other, but it never is. And when you think like that, you're going to lose. If I just did one big collaboration a year, even though it was the smartest move, it wouldn't sustain or build my business forever. It's just one move. You have to keep making moves like that consistently. So work hard and work smart, never one or the other. Just the same as, should you love somebody so much that you give them all your attention and, focus on them and really make them the number one priority in your life? Or should you have so much cool stuff going on in your own life that they can't help it but to follow and get drawn into what you're doing? Not either one. It's both. It's both. And if you're trying to do one or the other, it's like, I'm sorry, like this is a terrible analogy and I mean no offense by it, but yeah, it is the equivalent of like having to walk on one leg. It makes it really difficult. It's very hard to make a lot of progress, or like your car just having two wheels on one side. That's it. That's all you got. Right? Okay, now you're just like this. You're out of balance. You can't really make progress as fast. So do both. Love somebody with your whole heart, and also have your own stuff going so that you're so happy and your cup is overflowing and that you don't need them or need their approval or need them to be happy so that you can be happy. Make sense? Let's see here. I am 5'7". I'm worried about my height. I really feel sad. Gregory says 5'7" is cute for a female. You guys are flirting in the chat. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Wow. Well, like-minded people. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah, how to have better self-control. Let me actually address the 5'7" thing. I'm 5'7", right? Like, do you mean 5'7" is short, or do you mean 5'7" is tall? Because who cares? I don't care that I'm 5'7". What does it matter? I don't know why people get it in their head. They get conditioned socially, like, oh, if I'm short, that means I'm unattractive. What? Like, why? Why would you believe that? Why would you buy into that? That's such a terrible idea. Somebody said that, so now it's true. One person has this standard that they want really tall people and only then they're attractive. Like, who really cares? I don't know. I'm personally not attracted to tall people more than I am to short people. It makes no sense to me. It's just brainwashed into us. Don't get brainwashed. You won't feel insecure. Hope that helps. Do you meditate? Oh, buddy, do I ever? Yeah. My streak is actually, you know what? I didn't realize this. I thought it was like 600 days or something. And I checked in and I looked like properly. And my streak is 1,023 days. Take that in. Every day. Take it in. 1,023 days. I'm going to make a post about it at some point. Like, this is, I didn't even realize. I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I was just doing my thing. And then I look and I'm like, oh, wow. So drop a like if you think 1,000 days of meditation every day consistently is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I didn't even realize. Now there needs to be a video on it. So I have proof too, because I use the tracker. So I tracked it. You guys will see it soon. Let's see here in the comments. I'm going to try to get to some other questions. How to have self-control, how to build discipline. Pray, relax, meditate. I just sit down and minimum 10 minutes and just breathe. Not much going on. Just clean meditation. Nothing fancy. Just sit 10 minutes doing nothing. Let's address the discipline and the self-control one because they are closely related. Flexing so hard. Oh yeah. You know it, brother. You know it. You gotta flex, right? If you got it, you gotta flaunt it. Is that what it is? I don't know. All right, let me address the self-discipline and the does meditation help you? Yeah, I wouldn't keep doing it. It's not for the sake of flexing. Like literally it builds gray matter in your brain, gives you the ability to control your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, gives you the ability to be in charge of your mood. I mean, literally, would you like to feel the way you want to feel, or would you like to feel whatever the world makes you feel? That's the question you got to answer. So, yeah. Let's address the discipline and the self-control. Again, I keep getting distracted. There's so many comments coming in across all the platforms, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for jumping in and engaging and interacting love each and every one of you for following and being a part of my audience. So you're greatly appreciated. The self-discipline and self-control, pretty straightforward. If you're having to exert a lot of energy, it means your routines are messed up. So if you're using willpower to do the right thing, you just haven't created the right habits. Oftentimes people will come to me, like a client as well, and the first thing they ask me is like, okay, Raphael, so what do I need to do every day to be successful? Or what do I need to do every day? I want to make 7 million this year. What do I do? Like, what's the habit? And that's actually a good question, because sometimes, and people with a more poor mindset, struggling, will usually come in and say, oh, why isn't this working? So what wealthy people understand, and people that are thriving and doing well in life, is pretty simple. They understand that it's not about what you do a little bit here and there. It's not the strategy. It's not the tactics. It's not the technique. Those things, everybody can access them. They're all free. They're all online. Everybody can set up an ad on Facebook. Everybody can open an Instagram account. Everybody can set up a website. Everybody can start a company pretty much in any industry, get a loan, get funding, everything like that. It's all open now. That's the beautiful thing about the world today. But the difference is, what are you doing every day with your time? Because we all get 24 hours. So if your 24 hours are spent watching Netflix and chilling, well, that's what you get, right? Very little return, very little growth, very little progress in your life. If 16 hours of your day are spent in focused work, growing your brand, growing your company, training your team, hiring new incredible people, just constantly evolving and improving yourself, guess what? You're going to have growth. You're going to explode your brand, right? Like, my revenue increases when I focus on the things that produce more revenue. When I serve clients that I already have in an extraordinary way, and I create breakthroughs for them. And then when I bring in new people, right, to join my programs and to learn from me and grow from me and be around me and get my support. And then when I partner with clients that I've had and get revenue sharing or profit sharing in their company or something like that. So it's understanding that, it's all about habitation. It's not about doing something once and getting it right. It's not about trying to exert self-discipline or trying to use willpower to get yourself to do the right thing. It's about doing the right thing over and over again, almost on autopilot. So it's not something that you have to strive or try to do. Oh, guys, I actually just caught something on Instagram. For those of you who were on the stream yesterday, actually, I shared something personal that my grandma from Russia, she's been struggling a little bit with her health and her heart, and it's been a tough time. And she actually just joined the stream on one of the platforms. I saw her pop in. So wishing Babushka well, just all the love in the world for her, and hoping that she recovers and that she gets better. I'm very hopeful. So just thought I'd share that. You guys send her good wishes. I would appreciate it. I'm really hopeful that she recovers and that she's okay. And it's looking promising now. It's looking better, I think. So that's good. I will answer some more questions. Let's see. Guys, thank you for the likes. Thank you for all the comments. I'm trying to keep up here. Okay, let's see. How to get over social anxiety. Social appreciation of my work made me feel good about me. It's a bit of a... Okay, how to get over social anxiety from Red Edwards. Yeah, I'll answer that question. So if you want to get over social anxiety, thank you for the deep healing for her. I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for sharing your love. It means a lot. Genuinely, I mean it. So thank you. With the social anxiety thing, I think it's really easy to get into a trap where it's like, how do I get over the social anxiety so that I can then go talk to people? And the reality is, go talk to people and you'll get over the social anxiety. I had social anxiety, crippling social anxiety. I don't know what's going on there. There's some crazy comments going on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But I had crippling social anxiety to the point where, like, literally I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't talk to a cashier. I couldn't connect with people close to me, even my friends. I started kind of like locking myself down, being depressed, just spending time on my own. If you've ever experienced a dark time like that in your life, or if you're going through one, it's really tough. It's like a nightmare. It's literally hell on earth. The best advice that I have for you is, like, you have to find somebody that you can talk to. if you're in that dark and that deep place. And for me, therapy really helped early on. And then getting coaching in the future, more, high scale, high level with people that were really successful, that helped me grow vastly. Of course, more premium of a price tag, of course, people that are really good at what they do, they charge more. It's just what happens. But yeah, that helps if you're like in a really low place. But the other side of it, like I was saying, is just go talk to people. Like, as much as it helped for me to get help and you know somebody professional, it was just as important pushing myself to be more social. That's how you grow. That's how you expand. So you don't wait till you feel right. You go and you talk to people now, even when you feel nervous, and then the nervousness starts getting kind of irrelevant. So it's not courage is not getting rid of fear. Courage is acting in spite of it. It's not about you trying to get over your social anxiety or get past it. It's about you embracing it and moving forward regardless. So that feeling, that anxiety feeling, I also retitled it to excitement because that's a better word. It makes me feel better. And then eventually it just kind of went away. And at this point, well, you can guess it when you're streaming in front of what, like, I don't know, maybe there's like 50 of us here, like total, maybe a bit more. I'm not sure, across all the platforms. That is easy for me now. This isn't weird. Like, I'm relaxed. I hope you could tell, right? And I used to have crippling social anxiety. So what I'm telling you works. And I worked with a bunch of clients that have had it too before. And yeah, it goes away if you just do the right thing every day. So do the right thing every day and you'll make progress. That's the number one advice. When I was younger, I was confident and extrovert. Now I'm introverted with a lot of social anxiety. What happened? You probably had some really bad traumatic experiences. That's what happened to me. When I was really young, I was really open and social and extroverted, and then I closed off. And then I was closed off. I went through depression and then I opened again. So I worked through my trauma. I did deep healing, deep inner work, and also external work, getting better and improving my life and actually doing things like, being healthier, eating healthier, meditating. All those things help as well. So combine all of that and you've got a winning formula. You should do the deep inner work too, whether you go to a therapist or you find somebody that's a high level coach that knows what they're doing. If you're struggling with like suicidal thoughts, then you got to find a mental health practitioner, but if you're more on the side of like a little shy and you want to push yourself, then that's a different scenario. And you should probably get like an anxiety coach or something like that. And you're going to start to make progress pretty quickly. My question up there next, please. Thanks. Nihal, let me scroll up. There's so much popping in here, so I'll do my best. Can't always get to everybody. Hi, Raphael. We've had input of principles from various sources all over the place. Information overload. You give us some absolute gems of your own. How do you advise we ensure efficient application? That's a great question, Nihal. I'm glad I scrolled up. You earned it. You earned it. You asked for it. You kept asking. So here you go. Definitely going to get your question answered. First of all, don't listen to every single person on the internet. Like, the biggest mistake you can make is watching 30, 40, 50 YouTube videos a day. And I've been there and I understand where that's coming from. And I'm not telling you that you're wrong or that it's, something terrible and it's going to ruin your life. But the reality is, when you take in too much content and you don't really apply, you get stagnant and you have so many thoughts. There's so much going on in your head. You literally cannot focus. So I don't want that for you. And the best way that you can avoid that is turn it down. Like, don't consume as much. Unsubscribe, even from me, if you have to. Like, no hard feelings. Yeah, I've got plenty. Like, if you need to stop watching my stuff, it's fine. Unsubscribe from a few people, just trim your list down. Pick a few people that you really connect with, that you feel like, that's my guy, that's my girl. That's the person I want to learn from. That's the person I want to, follow their journey and be a part of what they're doing because I believe in them. I like them. I want to, aspire to be something like that. Or I just like their vibe and the energy that they put out. Pick a few that you connect with the very most and then stick to that, right? Don't try to learn from everyone. Pick, 5 to 10 and just focus. And then the biggest, most important thing is, even if you're watching a bit too much, it's okay as long as you have a clear game plan. So goal setting every morning is huge. I plan my whole day out in advance one day before. And I also plan out my week and my month. If I have a speaking event or if I have clients that I'm going to meet in person, or if I'm going to do a speech for like a channel, or if I'm going to do a collaboration with somebody, or if I'm going to work out at a certain time every day. Right now I'm doing some rowing. I'm enjoying it. I'm not really trying to build muscle. It's my cardio. I'm trying to improve it again. I was on top of it the skiing season, but now it's springtime, so it's kind of dropping off a little bit again. So I got to find, that rowing is good for me. So I'm getting back into it. But it's like really being ahead, knowing what you're going to do before you're going to do it, not just trying to figure it out on the spot. That's the mistake that people make. They try to just figure it out here and now. They make decisions here and now. They make decisions about what they're going to do right now in this moment and what they're going to do in 2 hours from now. They make that decision an hour from now or 2 hours from now. And you're not really looking forward. You don't really have any vision. And that's why you're going to struggle. So I don't want that for you. Kill that habit. Start long-term planning. Start thinking in the long run. Stop, shooting yourself in the foot by thinking about what you're going to do today. Think bigger, think long-term, which is hard. And it's part of the addiction thing because you're addicted to literally just feeling good now. So you'll just make decisions that make you feel good now, right? Like maybe after the stream, you'll feel hungry. So you'll go eat something that's not good for you. But if you had already planned your meal, you can't really mess it up. You see, if you're going to plan what you're going to watch, it's easy. If you're like, okay, I'm going to tune into this channel and make sure I watch this video because that's where I get the most value. And I'm going to do that every week. And this is how it's going to look. And you got a real clear game plan. You're going to succeed way more than if you just make decisions right here spontaneously. Now you can still make a few of those. Like I'll tune into a live stream, just spontaneously when I see somebody that I like watching go live. So that's awesome. Do that for sure. But doesn't too much planning lead to rigidity? No, it leads to long-term success. This is a limiting belief of thinking that because you're planning, it's boring. Well, make your plan exciting. Think about it that way. It's easy to get caught in oh, but if I know what I'm going to do, then it's not fun anymore because then it's not unpredictable. Well, that's the limiting pattern that will keep you small and keep you stuck in a little bubble and never progress your life towards where you want. You can't have what you want long term and also just make short term decisions that are emotional and impulsive all the time. You can have a mix, but you've got to decide how big is your ambition, how big are your goals, what are you really trying to achieve? And once you have that clear, then make your goal setting decisions based on that. That's how you're going to have the best success. So hopefully that helps you. Grateful for your time. Great stuff. Thank you. I know there's probably not that many people on Facebook. It's probably my smallest audience because it's my personal profile, but Stephanie, thank you for jumping on and being a part of the stream. YouTube is popping off. Thank you guys for joining in. And Instagram, still buzzing. Drop a like if you're enjoying it. I'm going to go for a little longer here. I was thinking about half an hour, but I'll take probably 2 more questions. So whoever pops in first, IG, YouTube, if you just drop your question in the comments, also Facebook, if you drop your question in the comments, I'll try to get to you. Whoever kind of makes it first here. What to do with an unmotivated peer group? How do you break addiction to content? What organizational tools to use? Okay, there's a bunch coming in here. Why should I live? Nothing excites me. Wow. I think you should see, you should definitely see a mental health practitioner for that. I'm not going to answer, especially if you're suicidal and you're struggling. I've made some content, you can check it out, but I'm careful because I don't want to give the wrong advice, and I'm not great at everything. I'm really great at businesses. I'm really great at entrepreneurship and helping entrepreneurs grow and scale. I'm great at, high performance, lifestyle, relationships. Those are my strong areas. But really deep, dark depression, although I've gone through it myself, and I used to be suicidal when I was 16, attempted suicide once and got kind of pulled out of it. That's a period of my life that I don't think I really knew what was going on, and I was in a space where I was very lost. So I'm careful about giving too much advice on that because I know that I'm not the best expert at everything. So you should probably look at somebody else for that. Again, don't want to try to tell you what to do. When I'll be honest, if I don't think I know the right answer, don't get it from me. But my best advice is if you're struggling with that, you should see somebody that really knows what they're talking about. So let's see. What to do with an unmotivated peer group? I'll take that one. First of all, change the peer group. That's the number one thing. You got people around you that are making you miserable or bringing you down or just generally are kind of bummers, like, get out of there. That's it. You don't have to fix it. You're trying to fix a problem that you should rid yourself of. If you don't like the people that you're around, don't be around them. You're not doing yourself any favors and you're not doing them any favors. And then you might follow that up with, well, what if I end up alone? Okay. I'd rather be alone doing something that I love, passionate, engaged, not feeling miserable, than be in a group and feel terrible. What about you? Would you rather be alone and happy and fulfilled, or would you rather be in a group but be miserable, hate yourself, hate everybody around you, and just feel terrible every day of your life? You pick. I'll pick being happy, personally. I think Gary Vee had the videos like crying in your Prius or Corolla or whatever, something. Oh, sorry, crying in your Lamborghini, crying in your Ferrari versus smiling in your Prius or your Corolla. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd rather be happy in a cheap car than miserable in a fancy one. I don't want a job that I hate, even if I make more money. I got offers from companies. We're talking like 7-figure salaries to work internally, and I turned it down because I wanted to run my own thing. You know, I love running my own business. I don't think I'd trade that for any amount of money. It would be hard. I was thinking about it. I considered it for a while. I'll be honest. And then I realized, like, that's not me. And I've been really successful doing my own thing, and I'm grateful for that. Not everybody is. Maybe it could have been the wrong decision, but that was my choice, and I stuck by it, and I'm happy that I did. So you got to see what's right for you, obviously. But I would get out of the peer group. Not try to motivate them. Not try to like change the peer group. Just change the actual peer group. Don't change the people in the peer group. Don't try to make them happy. Don't try to, push them to be better all the time. If you constantly have to push people to perform better or live up to your standards, you're around the wrong people. Like, really let that land. If you have to make people live up to a standard of yours, it probably means you're around the wrong people. Change the people. Sad, but true. Thanks a lot, buddy. You're welcome. That's awesome. It's awesome to see you guys all in the chat. Got some family in here. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Let's see. I think we will wrap up the stream on this last question. So let's see what pops in. Nadine, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Let's see. Gonna post a story soon. It's something Nadine did, a cool project called Evolution Bridge. I guess at her college. I think it's a college and or university. Sorry if I'm saying the wrong thing, but yeah, they played my video over there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that came out and how the audience responded. So I'm going to share that with you guys on Instagram. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, go to instagram.com/Raphael Eliasson, or just look up my name on Instagram. You'll find me. Just crossed 10K, growing every day, growing by like thousands of followers every week. So be a part of it. Watch it. Watch the whole thing explode and join in and drop a comment, drop a like. I'd appreciate it. Let's see here. Autonomous negative thoughts, ants. What does that mean? What is that? Autonomous? Find out. Go look it up. Automatic negative thinking, is that what you're saying? If you're saying automatic negative thinking, it's just a conditioning, it's a pattern, right? Your mirror neurons are used to firing in a certain way. You have pathways developed, neural pathways, like highways in your brain that quickly access a certain type of thinking, a certain type of reality, and that's just what you're used to. I enjoyed to see how you answer unscripted. I don't script any of my videos, by the way, just so you know. So there's that. But yeah, like that pattern needs to be destroyed. And that pattern is destroyed by accessing deep trauma, working through it, doing the shadow work. You might have heard of that. And also just like releasing, those thoughts, journaling them, writing out a better version of each thought. So what I would do is I would thought journal, and then each thought that came up, I would write a better version of it underneath. And then I would strike through the thought that I didn't want anymore. That's a really powerful technique. Nobody wants to take the time. They want to feel better. They want to think better, but they don't want to do the work. There, Rajay, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hopefully Samsung Galaxy suck. I'm actually streaming on an S9 right now, so it's working for me. Why are you not replying? I'm following you everywhere, even on core. Look, I get like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I get like at least 20 to 30 messages per day. And even then, a lot of the time it's more than that. Telling me like, oh, why aren't you replying is like saying, I don't know. It's just it's kind of ridiculous. It's like you have to context, right? Like think about someone like me who's got 70K on YouTube, like big Instagram audience that's growing, a personal profile, emails and stuff coming in all the time about offers and opportunities and all this stuff. And then I got a real business to run. So like if I don't reply to you, I get back to about 90% of my comments. So I do my very best. I give my heart and soul to my audience as much as I can, but man, like if I don't get back to you, I'm sorry. Maybe if you're sending a really long question, by the way, I'm probably not going to answer. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I don't care about you. It just means you probably sent too long of a question. And so it's just too much to digest. And my brain will just go, skip. And I'll just skip it because I can't get back to everyone. I have to pick my battles. Also, a lot of the questions I've answered in YouTube videos. So like just go look up my name and the topic that you're struggling with, and you'll probably find like 3, 4, 5 really high quality videos that I put a lot of heart and work into. And then you're sending me a question about the same thing, already answered it. Go check it out. You'll find it. So Madhav, thank you for jumping in again. I caught you here yesterday, so it's good to see you. You're amazing and we love you. Thank you so much, Fatima. I really appreciate it. Those kind words are beautiful. Wesley, thank you for joining, a client of mine that just joined. We're doing a mastermind, guys. If you want to build a coaching business, it's almost full already. I almost don't even want to bring this up, but I will. We're doing a mastermind. It's for coaches only that are starting their businesses, still early stages, still growing. It's already very filled up, but I could probably make room for like 2 more people at most. If you're interested in that, it's going to be like very intimate setting, less than 10 people, it's not for everyone, but if you want to grow a coaching business, like what I did over the last 5 years, you need to already have a job or some income or some savings. You need to be able to invest in yourself. But if you are in that position, Wesley is actually one of the ones that is going to be in that group. And yeah, if you want to join in there, basically just go to ringrafael.com. So RINGRAFAEL.com. And then you can schedule a time with me and then we'll talk and we'll see if it's a good fit. But you've got to be in a decent position in your life where you can invest in yourself, because growing a business takes work. It takes money. You got to market. And if you can't do that, then you're probably not going to be the right person for that. But I'll throw it out there. I know that the moment I say that, the last few spots are going to get taken. So it'll open again. If you want to be a part of that and you don't make it in this time, I will make a little shout out probably on Instagram. So again, follow me there when that reopens or when I have a spot available there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Rebecca Welch? Yeah, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. So happy to catch you live. Great answers. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Lots of people tuning in on YouTube. Got a few of you here on Instagram again. And I don't know about Facebook, but it's cool. Momo is still here. I'm not even able to reply to everyone. I will never be angry if anyone won't reply. Yeah, same here. Exactly. That's what happens when you got your life and your business and everything you're doing. I read it as live no. Yeah, Steph. Awesome. Good to see you. You're still here on Facebook. I appreciate all you guys. I think actually the stream is not like going out to my whole Facebook audience for some reason. Not sure what's up with that. And also it seems like it's kind of struggling a little bit in terms of keeping the chat up to date. So my bad if I'm a little late on the replies, but I try my best. How to overcome exam stress. I'm not like a study pro, I dropped out of school. I don't like school. I don't advocate school. I don't believe in college and university other for some traditional professions like, being a doctor, maybe a psychotherapist, a few very specific things that I think you need an education for. You reply to most of their comments. It's really kind of you. Yeah, I do try my best. So thank you for noticing. But yeah, one person doesn't get their reply, so they'll be very mad for a long time, right? It's the case. I can't help it. Like, it's just how people are. It's fine. I'm not upset. Yeah, in terms of the school thing, like, look, I can't tell you what to do to study for your exam and, really, really like get extraordinary results on your tests, because I did terrible. I hated it. It was miserable for me. Miserable. from where he replied the comments, I reply right here. Love the lion behind. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually, I don't know where I got that from. I also have a beautiful image over there. I might have to show you guys from one of my clients that I worked with. His name's Jimmy. He's a phenomenal photographer. It's a pretty beautiful photo. Sorry, you're not going to get to see it now. You're going to have to tune in the future. Can I ask you a question here? Yeah, I'm actually still answering a few. I got a call in a bit. Luis, you actually just joined. Good to see you here. Oh, you asked about the lion. Oh, you said the lion? Yeah. I'm actually about to have a call with Luis, so that's fun. Just thought I'd jump on the live stream before. Education got to be revolutionized. I agree. I don't believe in traditional school system. I don't think it's the best way to go. I think self-education is way more powerful. That's what I did. It worked out amazing in my life. Also, if you're going to rack up debt, you might as well do it with someone that can actually help you get what you want, instead of investing with someone that is just, a scholar and they don't really know what they've never ran an actual business. They've never actually been a successful artist or whatever you're trying to get into. Get around people that are successful at it. People that want to build a coaching business tend to flock to me or someone like me because I've built a really thriving coaching business for the last 5 years. I've been really successful. So it makes sense to reach out to me because you want to build a coaching business. I get a lot of requests for that. I'm keeping it kind of tight. I got that group going already. But yeah, it's going to fill out. I made a little shout out for it in this stream. So I'm guessing you guys are already going to know, and fill that out. But yeah, if you guys are watching this and you're like, oh, how do I actually work with Raphael, or what does he do? How does he, even, what's his business? What does he actually do in that sense? It's just one-on-one and group coaching. That's all I do. And if you want to get into that, you should go to ringraphael.com. That's where it's at. So I'll say that one last time, and then I will answer, let's see, one last question, and then I got Louise in a minute here. We're going to jump on the call. I'm looking forward to it. That's Instagram, that's YouTube and Facebook. How do you take yourself less seriously without losing motivation and following your goal? Sir, I need motivation about getting through my entrance test. Yeah, again, I'm not the best at study guides or how to be better at studying. So if you ask me a question about something that I'm not good at, I'll tell you I'm not very good at it. You got to be passionate about what you're doing. Raphael, can you say cookies are great? Cookies are great. Not really. It depends. It could be a pretty healthy cookie. Let's see here. How to be more charismatic, how to learn business when you have no idea. You can YouTube search most of it. What's your tips on confidence? I have a lot of videos on that. You can check that out. Just trying to get through a few real quickly. The one about losing motivation. If you don't have motivation, it probably means if you don't have motivation, it probably means you're chasing the wrong thing. You should find your why first and then find what. Most people are like, oh, I want lots of money. Well, you don't have a real reason to do it. You don't really care about it, so you fail. You go to school because you want to please your parents. That's a weak why. You're not going to really be driven unless, you feel deeply indebted to them and you really want to, make them proud. And even then, you're probably going to be miserable because you're sacrificing your integrity to go do something to make someone else happy. So motivation should come naturally when you're doing the right thing. I'm not saying I feel perfect every single day, but I wake up with a smile on my face. I'm excited to get going. I mean, look, this is a 1 hour stream. You can't really fake a good attitude for that long. It'd be pretty tough. I'm just having fun because I'm doing what I love. So do what you love, chase something that you're passionate about, but also something that the market needs. Of course, give value, do something that actually helps people. Who would have thought? One of my favorite business teachers, Frank Kern, says the old helping people by actually helping them trick. It's a good one. Actually give value to people and you'll probably get paid, whether you're teaching guitar lessons or whether you're, helping people study exams and get good results in exams. That's a great niche. If you're passionate about school, I'm not, but if you are, that'd be a great niche. So thanks for all your help. Your advice is awesome. Thank you. Thanks for responding to my comment. Following you on Quora. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Mine wasn't study related though. I try my best. I can't get back to everyone. There's a lot of comments that pop in across all 3 platforms, but do you have a virtual or physical team? And if so, how does it look like? Yeah, I have 10 people and it's all pretty much virtual. So yeah, it works. Love good old Frankie boy. Awesome. Yeah, Frankie's great. No girlfriend ever, not married, feeling empty, seeing young people around having fun, work keeps me stuck. Yeah, that's a pattern. Snap out of it, go meet people, get a different job, drop out, start your own business, change your life, stop making excuses for why you're not where you want to be, stop blaming it on other people. If you're not happy and you're not fulfilled and you don't have the life that you want, it's your fault. 100%. Your fault. And if it's not, okay, blame other people. You can blame everyone you want, but then you never get to fix it. So you choose. Either it's your fault and you can fix it, or it's everyone else's fault, but you get to stay stuck forever. Which one do you want? All right, you got two options here. Stay stuck forever, but you get to blame everyone else, so you get to feel better about yourself right now. Or do what you love, get the life that you want, but you can't make any excuses. You can't blame anybody else. It's all your fault if you're not getting it. So why your videos is not getting views? I do not know what you mean. It's getting plenty. I think we get like 100K views a month, probably more than that, just on YouTube alone. Plus Instagram and Facebook, I think I average probably like 150 to 200K a month total, plus some collaborations. I mean, just one collaboration recently got like 300K views, so plenty good. If you mean my videos on my YouTube channel, usually they take a while to take off. They get a few thousand views per average per upload, which is actually pretty good. And some videos go really viral that get 800K views, 500K views, happens all the time. Probably what you don't realize is that the YouTube algorithm doesn't send your video to every subscriber you have. So people sometimes think, oh, because you have 70,000, you're going to get 70,000 views every time you upload. But that's not true. The way it works is like the YouTube algorithm slowly pushes it out. So if you don't making viral content and content that's really going to spread and take off, like a motivational speech or, like a really dramatic video or like an animated video, the video is probably not going to reach as far, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. A big part of my personal way of, building a tribe and an audience has been just putting out consistent content, not really worrying about trying to go viral all the time. So I'm not out here trying to get, 50,000 of you on this stream right now. I'm happy with a few hundred people, 20 people, 10 people at a time, because it's about the relationship between me and you. That way I can actually answer most of your questions, not every single one, but for the most part, I can do my best. But your content is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. You have an interesting accent. Where are you from? My nose is getting itchy, and that means it's almost time to wrap up. If you didn't know, that's how I know when it's time to wrap up. My nose starts getting itchy. Guess in the comments, is that real or is it not? Was I joking? Is the nose itch real? Does the nose itch tell you whether or not it's time to wrap up? We'll never know. What are your views on the psychedelics? For another day. We'll get into it. Don't you worry. I subscribed to your channel from Mansutra. That was another big collaboration. Probably got like over 100,000 views. Intuition, baby. Yeah, for sure. Einstein said no. Einstein number 2. Do you know about NLP? If yes, do you use it? I use really powerful therapeutic techniques with my clients, but I don't lean too much into NLP. I use cutting edge psychological stuff like REM therapy and things like that, which are really, really good at releasing trauma and getting rid of deep, dark thoughts and weird patterns. And it just opens that up almost instantly. So I'm more into that. What got you into self-development? Actually, it was social skills, because when I struggled with social anxiety, I started looking up videos about it and found some things. That's when I was like 17. YouTube wasn't as big back then, but there was a few people making videos on it, and I kind of got into it that way. And then, yeah, it just took off from there. Let's see. We'll snap out a pattern. Don't like blaming people, hence here. Thanks for finally answering the question. You're welcome. See, I do get back to you. Maybe you were complaining about me not getting back to you earlier, but there you go. I try my best. I can't get everyone, as you can probably understand. Got a call coming up in a few minutes here. It's about time to wrap up. I appreciate every single one of you that tuned in. I think I almost just clicked something. What is the healthy amount of ego? I'm just starting out writing on my own book. Just started Instagram. What is the best way to promote it? Yeah, if you want to promote, I got 2 questions. There's so many questions, guys. I appreciate it. I'll try my best. The book thing, you should build your audience on YouTube, Instagram. Oh, I think we just lost Instagram. Reconnecting. Oh, we're back on Instagram. Okay. If you're starting out and you're trying to promote your book, my number 1 piece of advice for you would be to build your audience on all platforms and really understand internet marketing, understand how to drive traffic, understand how to do affiliate marketing, get on someone else's list, growth hack it, pay somebody to feature you, do all those incredibly powerful things, shout outs, all that stuff. And if you don't have money for it, go get a job and earn money and then reinvest it in your business. People that are trying to make a business happen or sell a book from zero, there's something wrong here. Doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you haven't learned the right strategy. That's terrible. Like just, oh, I have a book now. Everybody should buy it. Nobody cares. Build your name, build your brand, pay for a coach that actually knows what they're doing. Come work with me or somebody that knows how to, launch a book or a brand. I'm not necessarily the book expert, by the way, so I'm not the best at that, but I know how to get traffic and convert clients and get sales and grow your business. It's what I've been doing for 5 years. So you need to be around people that knows how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, get help. If you know how to do that, go out and do it. Shouldn't be any excuse for you not selling your book. If you already know it, you should be killing it. But you're asking the question, so you're probably struggling with it. So go get some help. But yeah, growing your list, email, doing ads, all that stuff is going to help amazingly well. Last question, healthy amount of ego, coming back to it, and then we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, I think it's all right to use your ego to try to, get you to your goals and be driven and motivated. I think it's important to equally be, the space that you should be in is where the ego is a vehicle that you use instead of something that controls you. So if your thoughts are running you, if you don't really decide what you want to do, if you're making decisions out of social conditioning, if you're just generally not really focused on your goals, if you feel kind of drained throughout the day, yeah, you need to work on your consciousness, you need to expand. But if you're doing quite well and you're happy and you're fulfilled, but materialistically you're struggling and you can't pay the bills, then you should work on building up that side of it. So it's just a balance. It's getting that sweet spot in the middle. That's what I did in my life. Sometimes I've lent over to building my business a little too much, and my happiness would deplete because I would start sacrificing myself too much. And then sometimes, I've been too loose and too happy and too relaxed and not really, growing and scaling and having the impact that I potentially could. So, everyone, love you all. Headphones engaged. Patrick, thanks for joining. It's too bad that we're just wrapping up here. I don't know if you were tuned in for the whole stream. Lots of you on YouTube. A few of you here on, I don't know, there's probably still a few of you on Facebook. I can't really see. We're on Restream. Hope the quality was good. Hope that you enjoyed the stream. Got to wrap up. Going on the call. Got to get ready here, but thank you guys all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. We'll do it live again soon enough. Don't you worry. So take good care, and until next time, we are going to wrap it up.